Hey there friends, welcome back to the channel. My name is Sohum and today we are going to be doing another triple reaction to the Grateful Dead. We're going to be checking out the songs Deep Elem Blues, It Must Have Been the Roses, and Dark Star. I hope you guys are excited to check this out alongside me because I certainly am. It's always a fun time to get to do these Grateful Dead reactions. It feels like I've gone deeper than at least most reactor channels on YouTube, so I'm glad that you guys have been accompanying me on this journey. I feel like so many of you have given me great advice on how to engage with the Grateful Dead and consume their music in a way that makes sense and doesn't overburden the brain, because they are a challenging group to make sense of, but the point is you don't have to make sense. And a great comment I heard was that I should be listening from the heart rather than the mind, and that's something that I definitely feel is apropos for the Grateful Dead. So long story short, I'm excited to check this out today, but before we do that, a massive thank you goes to Michael the Witty, whose generous support made this reaction possible. And now, let's jump in. We get another acoustic look. I know I mentioned previously I liked the acoustic songs I heard from Grateful Dead. Nice flourishes there.
Oh, sweet mama, your daddy's got that deep blue. One time you're a preacher, survive up through and through. Down too deep in a preaching days are through. Oh, sweet mama, daddy's got that deep blue.
Cool harmony. You know, this may be like a contentious comment, but I have always found it far more impressive for a guitarist to solo on acoustic guitar than on electric guitar. I think the tiers in terms of like difficulty are, at the lowest tier of difficulty is electric guitar with heavy distortion. I think it's the easiest to make that sound really good. Then the second up would be clean electric guitar, and I think there's a big gulf between distorted electric guitar and clean electric guitar, but if it's just 3, 2, 1, the order has to be second clean electric, and then the first hardest would be acoustic guitar. And the reason is it's just the guitar. There's no other effect over top. It is just the sound you're able to produce. If you miss the note, if you accidentally bleed the note or mute it, that's on you, and it will come out in the playing. And whenever I myself am playing acoustic guitar trying to solo, if I try to go fast and I miss a bunch of notes on the triplet runs on the way up, I know. Maybe other non-musicians don't know, but I know. And it is Jerry, so he's capable of doing anything. But I wanted to call attention to when you play acoustic guitar, it is harder to solo on acoustic, in my opinion, than electric. I've been hearing the drumming in my right headphone. It's like accenting these amazing moments. Catchy melody. Got them deep Elem Blues. Super catchy. I like the vibe. I definitely think like a song like Deep Elem Blues, it could also sound relatively similar if Jerry were to be playing the clean electric guitar. But the key difference here is that when you hear the ripping of the guitar string, not that like the string is ripping off per se, but when you pluck it up, that pluck sound reverberates throughout the instrument, thereby affecting that sound as well as future sounds produced from the same acoustic guitar. Whereas like electric guitar, when you're feeding it through an amplifier and even playing clean, those notes go through the amplifier rather than through the instrument itself, causing a different feeling. And this is like an even subtler point, but when you play acoustic guitar and hard enough for an audience to hear, the instrument on a minor level is vibrating just a little bit, and the strings tend to be a bit thicker than on electric guitars. So you need a little bit more precision, more strength when fretting, as well as strength when strumming through on the acoustic. So there's a little bit more, I think, inherent power in the way that the acoustic is being played in this song versus if an electric were equivalently playing the same notes and replacing the acoustic. All that to say, I really like the way the acoustic sound fits into this mix. And of course, when you get the vocals doing what they're doing, playing that really high, almost like acidic kind of feeling role in the mix with the harmonies and that layering, it all sounds nice together. And then I'm glad you hear the audience clap at the end. All right, so that's Deep Elem Blues. Let's check out It Must Have Been the Roses. Actually, I think I have this wrong. I think in my labeling I should have said this one is Bird Song. So let's check out Bird Song, not It Must Have Been the Roses. My apologies. which we've heard birdsong before, but not on acoustic.
All I know is something like a bird within her sing. All I know, she sang a little while and then flew on.
Wow, the acoustic melody is a bit different than I remember. Do 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 do. That's what I remember the original birdsong melody to be, but this feels modified, almost like you're cutting out some of the notes.
Tell me all that you know, I'll show you storm and rain. If you hear that same sweet song again, you know why.
Because you kind of get that movement here, but da 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 da, and then instead of da 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 da, you're getting a da 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 da, like a little bit of a complete descending down instead of like a do 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 do, a little bit of a movement at the top.
The one who sings a tune so sweet is passing by. Sunshine, sing, cry in the dark, fly through the night.
Very vibey.
Don't cry now. Don't you cry. Don't you cry anymore. La 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 la. The stars, don't you cry, dry your eyes on the wind. La 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 la.
Love this bounce. So much bounce to this melody, to this rhythm. Oh, you hear those like accented hard notes, right? That's acoustic guitar, not electric. hear the keys, right? On the right side? Not just the acoustic. This one has me moving. This is one of their like catchiest melodies, I swear.
You know, I'll show you snow and rain, snow and rain.
Oh, it's building, I feel it. Yeah, you hear the way the acoustic gets plucked right there? Ring. Do 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 do. I know you guys didn't sign up for a Sohum sing-along session. Just a super catchy melody, man. Bird's song. I had it written in my notes. It must have been The Roses. I think that was a bit of a mistake because we had Bird Song today. Big fan. I really am just noticing in these acoustic solo sections as well, the choice of, I presume it to be Jerry soloing here, which notes he decides to really hit and hammer home versus just kind of like play in a more fluid fashion. And with acoustic guitar, you pretty much have to be deliberate about every single note you play. But if you are playing, let's say, at like a 50%, let's say, strength, for certain notes, and then decide to like really accent on the upstroke one of these notes at 90%, it immediately adds another one of those hills in the mix of the song. Because without that, I think most of this mix is actually rather tame in terms of like the climactic moments. It's just a lot of bounciness, a lot of swaying from beautiful section to beautiful section. And even the other instruments, the keys, the backing guitars and bass and drums, they didn't really push the pedal to the metal, if you will, in terms of what they were doing melodically. It was primarily the acoustic guitar driving most of the unique melody we discover in this track. I think the remainder of it was more so repetition within the riffs that made sense within the Birdsong chord progression. So the acoustic guitar playing a remarkably large role in these first two, Deep Elem Blues and Birdsong. Let's check out the last one, shall we? This one is called
People keep coming into my
Dark Star. Apologies for that. By the way, if you want to check out all the originals, you can do so in the description box. So we've returned to Electric Land. Really liking this melody. The kick drum is mixed really well. And these almost like organ notes fluttering throughout. Da, 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 da. Wow. They all like landed on the riff at the same time. You got the crash cymbals almost like washing over us. Oh, yeah. Wow. And the bass sounding so meaty. You have an electric melody, an organ melody, a bass melody, a drum rhythm. To name a few. Oh wow, this solo has just been, oh, this is the song that takes over your brain. Dark Star is delivering. I feel like I could just slip out of consciousness listening to this. There's something so smooth about it. Wow. Wow. I need to just try to describe something for you all, and I'm going to use my handy dandy paint tool to do it. So I've seen diagrams like this before, but I never really knew the name, so that's why I'm not Googling this one here. But imagine you had a, we'll call it, let's do 6 sides here. So maybe we got to do the angles right. 60 degrees. We'll do another 60 degrees here and 60. So this will be a 6-sided diagram, and each of these is a different instrument, right? So this would be right here. If we can increase the font size so we can all read it. This would be, sorry for that sound. This would be the electric guitar 1. And then if we copy something similar, this would be EG2. And then we have, let's say, drums 1, drums. Well, we can just make it simpler for our analysis now because we just have 6 sides here. Piano, bass, and why not, let's add, I think just do drums too then. Okay. So at any given point in this song, and really across all of the Grateful Dead songs we listen to, at any one moment in time, there is a certain level, right? So imagine at the end of all of these little spikes are like 100%, as if you're looking at like an axis with 0 to 100. Now each individual line is one of these lines. So we have 6 dimensions to consider. Now at any given moment, the electric guitar may be at like 80% capacity, and the electric guitar 2 may be at 50, and the drums 1 may be at 50 as well. And we have various amounts for each, right? I'm just going to fill in some random ones here. And there we go. Okay. So now if we connect everything, this is what our shape will look like. Hopefully we will do it in a way that it makes sense. And hopefully my camera doesn't die while I do this. And it does. We'll bring it back. Filling it out, filling it out. Filling it out. Bear with me. And here we go. So this is the shape. If I try to fill it in, it should look something... this is going to be a crazy shape. It should look something like this. And I guess we'll just do this one as well. Oh, that needs to be filled in quickly. And okay. This is our shape. So imagine this is like an amorphous ball, right? And that's the current shape, because some of these are at 80%, some of these are at 30%, some of these are at 50%, and we try to connect them all. Now, that's one moment in time, but this diagram is subject to change and morph and evolve and absorb and resorb, and almost like one of those toys that like you rip apart and then you put back together, almost like putty. That is like the movement of their tracks. And at most times it feels like, you know, Jerry and the vocals are the most pronounced, but when those moments switch, then you get sudden spikes here in the bass, for example, where the bass all of a sudden plays a larger role and then fills in more of this mix. And then if the bass goes away, then maybe it's a different instrument that maybe even cuts away and gets even quieter. So even the size of this overall, oh God, this is one of the worst diagrams I ever drew. Basically, it's a 6-sided diagram to try to describe how all of the elements at any given moment are changing relative to one another, as well as in an absolute kind of sense. I've seen these kind of diagrams used for charting all of the characteristics and attributes of like sports players and athletes. Like some are better at defense while others are better at offense, that kind of thing. And you can do these different maps to identify the characteristics of, in this case, now we're using it for music. That made no sense. My apologies. Let's continue, shall we? It's like, which syncopated beat do I want to pay attention to? Which melody is grabbing my attention? Ooh, the bass. The drumming. It's calming down again. Oh, wow, emulated in the keys right there. Oh, the keys. And I love that these guitar notes are allowed to ring out a little bit. way their energy swells, like potential energy into kinetic, and then back and forth they go. It's like coming to a head right here, I feel like. Oh, see, the guitar and key melody parallel. Wow. Wow. This is the first time we're getting vocals in this. Amazing. It's like the energy fuel of the song is slowly burning up. Wow. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is Dark Star. I'm glad we ended with that one because that was quite the emotional journey. Despite the lyrics only pretty much showing up at the end, you can't really take much meaning away from a song like that. But no, wait, you can. Because when you listen to the actual melodic narrative that the music itself paints, it's quite palpable. It makes me kind of feel like, a song like this, and even given like the album cover, almost as if you are literally voyaging and traveling through space, like movies like, because I love sci-fi as one of my like favorite movie genres, makes me kind of feel like we're traveling through 2001 A Space Odyssey, like that ending sequence where we are like traveling with Hal through like space and time, threading the needle within space itself and entering these like wormholes that transcend time and space itself. Because there's so much happening all at the same time. And I don't know much about string theory, so let me just start by saying that. But the little that I do know, I believe that wormholes are possible in string theory world, which means that you have, with multiple worlds at the same time, parallel realities. And it almost feels like with the Grateful Dead, you have so many distinct parallel realities with each of the instruments. The fact that we get to hear them together is in and of itself the blessing. And that's why I tried to, draw a bit of that diagram to at least explicate at least one of those cross-sectional moments and times that defines their complexity, because Grateful Dead, as is life and the universe, are infinitely complex. Any musical attribute you could even consider to like analyze a band on, like timbre or pitch or rhythm or harmony, all of these things and more, they are so unique within each instrument. The fact that they then stack instruments together and have these interactive effects with one another in a way that defies reality but also makes sense. It's one of the reasons that initially drew me to the Grateful Dead, because the ability for me to comprehend them was greatly, I guess pun intended, diminished at the very beginning of my journey. But at the same time, through that chaos, I understood that I didn't understand a lot. It's kind of like that psychological phenomena where people who think they're really smart, they probably are, but they don't really know how much they don't know. And people who are, but at least the smart people have humility in not knowing what they don't know. They presume that there's something out there that they don't know. But for people who are like live in a world of ignorance, they assume that they know everything and that anything else that comes their way, they've already kind of found the solution towards. When I entered the world of Grateful Dead, it immediately brought to my attention that I didn't know a lot about music and there's more to learn. Songs like Dark Star, again, like bring me back to that initial place of my Grateful Dead experience where it's like, man, as much as I feel like I know about the Grateful Dead, I really don't. And that's why I started off this reaction by saying it is, it was one of my best advices I heard, to listen to the Grateful Dead with the heart. So hopefully you guys saw that I did that today and got to enjoy myself. I hope you enjoyed yourself as well. And if you liked my reaction and would like to request one yourself, you can do so by clicking the first link in the description box below. And as always, my friends, have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care and peace.